Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I'm just sitting here in my robe drinking my morning coffee looking sexy as hell as usual. And for those of you who say I don't look sexy as hell when I do these videos in my robe, nobody cares what you think. I didn't ask you shit. So the video I did yesterday talking about news stories with calories in, calories out, I had a few people try to dispute me that calories in and out don't matter. As much as I say they do, a calorie is not a calorie for fat loss. Oh, and candy, they try to compare candy versus chicken breast and all this other bullshit. And I'm sorry guys, but the truth is, a calorie is a calorie. At least net calories. Once you determine calories after thermic effect, yes, on a fat loss diet, the composition of your diet and the source of your calories in the short term, because obviously micronutrient deficiencies will affect metabolic rate in certain processes a bit over time, over long periods of time, and obviously diet adherence issues are difficult. Anyone can eat any sort of shitty diet for about a week or two and lose weight on a big calorie deficit no matter what they eat. It's the issue of adhering to the diet is the problem. Appetite issues become a problem. Other things, micronutrient deficiencies can become a problem. But in the short term, no, that's not true. And we've seen this. Anyone go Google the Twinkie experiment, and that's a classic example of what we've seen, that yeah, a diet of Mountain Dew, Twinkies, and a protein shake every day, a person can very easily improve their health markers, lose 30 pounds if they're obese, just like clockwork based upon the calorie intake. Absolutely. It has been done, it has been shown to be effective, that it works. It's stupid, but it works. And it's stupid in the sense that adherence and micronutrient issues and energy and mood are going to become a problem. And this whole idea of counting macros being that critical for anyone who's a non-competitor, who isn't trying to get ultra ripped while maintaining as much lean body mass as humanly possible, because in all honesty, that only matters for someone who's trying to get stage ready or trying to make a weight class, and here is why. Most people are never going to cut down so lean that they can't maintain that leanness. That's a silly goal for anyone who doesn't compete in something to where they need to be that lean. And most people aren't concerned with salvaging that extra half pound of muscle on a cut, because that's the difference of what you're looking at when you're running really good macros versus just random calories, to where maybe the macros get really imbalanced. Say your protein or your fat goes way too low. Like let's say your diet is 80+% carbs and it's all crappy carbs and an unbalanced diet, you will only lose a little more muscle mass than if you're eating say 200 or 250 grams of protein on the same calories. It's going to be minuscule. It's not going to be 5 pounds of muscle difference here, people. But that half pound of muscle is a half pound of muscle you'll have to spend a couple weeks of muscle memory to regain after your cut. You're going to be slightly smaller, slightly weaker when you're at your target weight. So obviously that half pound of muscle is a big deal to a competitor. To the average Joe just trying to lose weight, it isn't. And in all honesty, people who weight lift do not lose muscle mass when they go on any calorie deficit, irrespective of macros. This has been studied quite a bit, even in females who have the lowest potential to gain muscle. We've seen studies to where if they start weight training when they diet, females, even on lower protein intakes, don't lose muscle mass. They lose exclusively fat and water weight when they go on a cut. It's only people who have a large amount of development already that this becomes a problem, who are trying to now maintain what they've gained when they go into a deficit, and they're trying to get particularly lean. So people do blow this out of the water. Calories do matter. The only issue with is if it's just arbitrary calories and you pay no attention to your macros, there could be slight differences in lean body mass. There's going to be possible dietary deficiencies with long-term negative effects, and there are issues of diet adherence, because let's be honest, chicken breast and broccoli are more filling than Twinkies and Mountain Dew or Pixie Sticks. If you're eating Pixie Sticks and Twinkies for 80% of your calories and you're trying to maintain a calorie deficit, for most people you're going to be so hungry all the time that you're not going to be able to sustain your diet. So satiety itself is a major factor, But those are psychological factors. They don't actually affect the metabolic processes. The only reason they seem to sometimes is because people are more likely to cheat and eat way more than they're supposed to because they're hungry all the time. So therefore they make the assumption that it's the food choices themselves are stalling their fat loss. No, it's their appetite because of their food choices, not some hormonal response of the food choices themselves. If that makes sense. It's indirect because you end up eating more calories than you think you are. Or than you're supposed to, and just not measuring it and not tracking it. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.